Hey everyone, theBolderBoulder here, and this is the complete Evil Brain Collection video number 2. And in this video, I will be showing you all of the villain sets with their originally colored evil brains, and then I will give you a look at them with the black brain parasite on them. So, one thing didn't really mention in the video prior to this one was the fact that the heroes didn't really have much of a collector's item, I suppose, compared to what the villains had. I think you may be able to consider the hero core somewhat of a collector's item, but I don't know. They're all exactly the same. The only thing different is the code on the back for the game that you could play online, and as far as I know, it's still available to play. So, the points are still available if you can use them. So, let's just get on with the video. So I'll start off showing all the villains in the order that these evil brains are in. So, without further ado, let us start. And so, here's Aqua Gone with the dark blue brain parasite. This set is, I don't know, not really my favorite, though not my least favorite of the Brain Attack series. I know I'd seen reviews over this guy before I purchased him, but I didn't realize really how small he was until I got him. And I thought the mask, I suppose, or face, was slightly larger than it actually came out to be, but whatever. This definitely matches the color scheme. So now let's see how it looks with the black brain parasite, with the color black not being the primary color of this set. So, try to get it all in frame here. Doesn't look all so bad, since he's got black hands and black feet and the little tentacles in black bone pieces and such. But, I don't know. Actually, this one doesn't look as bad as I originally thought, considering the fact that there still is black on him. But, like I was saying, it's not a primary color, but it makes it more primary with the black brain on his head. So, let's see what the next guy looks like with this brain parasite on their head. So here is Frost Beast with his light blue brain parasite, and it obviously really fits in with the color scheme. Just look at from all the angles. I really like this guy personally. One of my favorites from the Brain Attack series. Very interesting parts, and I'm glad LEGO went the extra mile and made him look stronger by adding these parts right up here on his back. I could easily have just put the arms lower and put them right here on these, and then just took these pieces, put them on the side, and that would have been it. But I'm glad they made him larger. It gave it a larger piece count. But what does he look like with that black brain parasite on his head? Well, this is the answer to that question. Not the greatest, in my opinion, simply because black is not really part of his color scheme other than the bone pieces. And even then, you could probably find gray colored bone pieces and replace them with all the black ones, and it wouldn't fit in at all. But yeah, Probably not the worst looking, but just not that great. So let's take a look at the next villain. And here is that next villain, Dragonbolt. By far my favorite villain of the Brain Attack series. Maybe even my favorite set of any of them, including the heroes. It's really cool. So, let me see. Here's a look at the entire figure. And obviously, very fitting colors. Working with these electricity parts, like here on his wings and right here on his lower jaw and everything. Really cool. And black being one of the primary colors, or one of the more primary colors on this figure, I'm sure the black brain parasite will look really nice on this guy. Oh, and I was right. That looks really cool. Very fitting with the color scheme. And instead of having the white glow-in-the-dark eyes, now he actually has red eyes. And one thing I didn't really point out earlier, this is the only evil brain that doesn't have red eyes. It actually has white glow-in-the-dark ones. I really appreciate that. Another reason why Dragonbolt's my favorite villain. And besides, dragons are just awesome. And I just really like that flapping wing feature. Really cool. One thing you may have noticed, I removed that red piece right there and just put a black one. Way more fitting with the color scheme. Let's fix that. And yeah, I think I may keep it on this guy for a little while. Looks really nice. And one other thing, I really like how they made the neck long enough for the brain parasite's tail to go all the way to the end and just fit right in there, nice and snug. Really cool. A nice effect with the spikes on the neck, and then it's got these spikes right here on his back. That really carries it throughout the entire figure. So, let's move on to the next villain. So, here's that next villain, Scarox. Not my favorite figure at all. Honestly, and partly because, well, a big factor of that is the function and how it's just super loose because of its design and the almost obnoxious red pieces. I mean, it's I suppose it might seem cool in concept, but in playability, it just, the arms are just way too floppy. Definitely a con. And I'd really like it if the neck could stick out more, similar to what other villains did, but the only reason they had that is just so this could connect right here. But let's see, since he does have black as one of the primary colors, I'm sure the brain parrot, that this will look good on it. And there, it really doesn't look that bad. I think if you wanted to, since it does have that black on the head now, it really makes these stand out, these being the only visible green parts, besides the head that you don't see from every single angle. You might be able to just change the color of those and it'd look better. But it doesn't look so bad. So let's move on to the next villain. Now, here's Agram with the light green brain parasite. And I actually like this set pretty well because, I mean, it looks really cool. It's got a mace, all that stuff. That's pretty cool. Though I did make a little modification to this hand so it looks more like a hand. But he doesn't have any fingers on this side, which I don't really get, but, well, that's beside the point of this video. Again, but I do like those parts. Anyway, and with the colors mainly being green and brown, which I really like that there are some brown Hero Factory parts now, and gunmetal gray. Well, yeah, I'll just show you what it looks like with the black brain parasite on it. We'll just see how that looks with this color scheme. And there you have it. Yeah, not quite fitting very much at all. Honestly. Yeah, just not really that fitting. Doesn't stand out all that much. That's not quite the issue. It's just the fact it doesn't really go with the scheme, but oh well. Let's see what the next villain looks like with this on. I think this one will look better. And here is the next villain, Pyrox. I'm gonna have to say this is also one of my favorites. I think he's one of the coolest looking. Though he is a smaller and cheaper set and simpler, I suppose, but really cool. And I especially like all the details on the face plate and everything. And that giant hordes, that claw looks really cool in my opinion. Pretty cool set. I also like that fire spinner thing, even though it's simple. Again, I just really like it. And so, the yellow brain parasite, suppose that'll work with the flames on his blade, so well, it just doesn't look that bad to me, though I do not appreciate the usage of this green piece right here. Not fitting at all. Should have either used orange or just went ahead and used yellow, maybe, you know. Something similar to what they used for this, or on the tips of the flames. But personally, I'm pretty sure this guy's gonna look really cool with the black brain. And boy, was I right. This dude looks like a monster, though that's what he is. He seems even more monstrous and evil than before. I remember showing this figure to a friend of mine, and they said he almost looks like a demon or something. And I can really see where they're coming from there, with these looks like little red horns right there, and the giant hordes coming off the side, and just its overall color scheme, you know, it just looks demonic. It's got fire and everything. I mean, it's I just really like it, though, you know. It looks really cool. I think that sort of gives it a cool look, minus the green in that you can see through the face. And it sort of does look like a minotaur, a demonic minotaur with a giant flame claw or something. So let's move on to the final villain and see how it looks on them. And now here's the last villain, Bruiser. Probably one of my least favorite of the villains, mainly because of its function. Its arm, and it's just a Technic arm. I mean, Technic lift arm. It can't do anything. It's really just wobbly, and I just don't like it. But anyway, here's that orange brain parasite. Definitely fitting with the color scheme. So let's see what he looks like with the black brain parasite. And here's a look at him with that black brain parasite. Not all that fitting with the overall color scheme, but it's not completely bad. It doesn't stand out all too much, but it still sort of does, because black is not one of the primary colors. And yeah, just another look around. But another thing I didn't really like, green head. Really? A green head. Why couldn't they have just used orange? That would have looked so much better. And it's a good thing you can't see it through the mask either. I just really wish they would have used orange. I don't know why they... Maybe that was just a mistake that they just never took out of the design of the set, and then ended up producing it and didn't realize it. I don't know. Seems like a little bit of something that happened back in the 2.0 series, when some of the sets looked incomplete and unfinished, yet they were still sold. Oh well. This video is getting a little lengthy, so I'll just finish off. So, in conclusion, I really like this little series of collectibles that they came out with for this series. And they just remind me a lot of the Krana and Krata from the Bionicle series. Man, that was a good story, but these are actually kind of cool. Like I said before. Got cool details, though unfortunately there's not a whole lot of things you can do with them. At least that I can think of right now. If you guys have any ideas that you wouldn't mind sharing, please post those down in the comment section below. And I read everything you guys post on my pages, even right here on YouTube. So be sure to leave some feedback. Sorry the video is a little bit lengthy, but I just wanted to show you what the Black Brain looked like on all of the villains. So I'll see you guys again in my next video. Have a great day. Bye.